Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Palace of Queen Cares. First, I would like to say that the devil did not want me to make this video. Like, I have been running into issues today. I mean, I have my issues as far as why I didn't, post. I never said when I was gonna post, which I purposely did that. But today, I'm just going through so many issues trying to post a video. But I'm like, no, I'm posting this video today. The devil's just like trying to make me not get this video out. But I do want to welcome you back again. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, then please hit the subscribe button. Comment if you like. I mean, I'm open to any feedback, any questions that you have. There's going to be a Q&A video coming up, like once I release more information. But today I am going to discuss the very first time that I went through depression, and it's not easy to talk about it, but I'm just going to get it out there, because that's what the purpose of my YouTube channel. That's the purpose of it. So before I get started, we're going to say, I want to give y'all a backstory so you can kind of get a feel of how my life was. So around this time, it's 2018. I want to say it's like maybe the end of August, the beginning of September. But what I did was I went to the doctor. I went to the dermatologist, because I have like hormonal acne or whatever. So I wanted to cure that, but they were suggesting me to get on birth control. I've never been on birth control before. So I'm like, okay, but yeah, but let me just that's the part of the story. That's where we're going. But I'm going to say, at that point in time, I was young. I was in my own apartment. I had a nice, beautiful, fully furnished apartment. I had my own car, and I had a nice job, nice paying job. So, and everything was good. So I'm just trying to give you that backstory for you to see that I never thought that I would be going through depression, because around that time, my life was good. Like, I felt like I was okay, But, I did end up going to the dermatologist, and then I went to my primary and I received some birth control. I researched everything. If you know me, you know that I researched everything. It could be something that I don't know. If Google is right by me, I'm going to research, like if it's something that I don't know. But I researched this medication, and I did come across a YouTube video. This girl was like, well, I took this stuff. She was like, don't take it. She felt like she was about to and all of this stuff, and she thought she was, going to end up harming herself. And I did take that into consideration. I thought about it, but I'm like, medicine doesn't affect everyone the same. So I did some more research, and some people, said it was good. So I'm like, I just have to see how it's going to be for me. So I did take that medicine, but I don't know. I started to I changed. Normally, I'm a happy-go-lucky person. Like I said, if you know me, like, that's just me. Unless don't make me mad and we good, but normally, I am a happy-go-lucky person. So, I took this birth control, and I started to notice a change in myself. Like, at the time, I would call my mom on my lunch break, or like on my 15-minute breaks, and I'll call her just crying like, Mom, I don't have any goals. I'm not doing nothing in life. Mind you, I just told y'all like everything was good. My mom was just like, you are doing great for your age. I don't know what you're talking about. But I thought it was the end of the world. It was either I was calling her or I was calling my boyfriend at the time. I was just like, the world is over. Like, I couldn't do, I'm laughing now, but it was really sad, because for one, I'm not a crier either. I would cry most of the time, like if I'm upset, like if I'm mad, that's really when I cry. I don't really cry when I'm sad, but I was crying a lot, and I'm like, this is not normal. But my mom was trying to get me to, what can I say? She was just trying to see what was wrong, because she did not know. And she's like, that's not my daughter. That's not her. My boyfriend at the time knew that that wasn't me. And, like, he would try to come over and try to get me to, like, eat and stuff. Like, because eventually I didn't eat anything. I was out of it, y'all. Like, I was really out of it. And I never thought that I would be there. I remember when my mom, because my mom is an event decorator, I had to help her set up for a party. So my friends were helping too. Like, it was me, two of my other friends, and then my mom. That party, setting up for that party, it was so much going on in my head. Like, I'm just like, I can't be here anymore. I can't do this. And nobody knows, but it's like I'm hearing voices in my head, like telling me just crazy stuff. So that stuff is making me cry. And that same day, my mom asked me, she said, "Are you hearing voices in your head?" And I told her no. I was just crying. Like, I couldn't stop myself from crying. Like, that's how bad it was, you know. It was really bad, but I was trying to, you know, be normal and try to not feel that way, but I could not escape it any way that I tried. It's like I'm crying at work. My mom was like, "Girl, you better start crying at work. Them people gonna think something wrong with you." And then I'm gonna have to be gone, like my job gonna be gone. But it was a lot going on. I'm not even gonna lie. But my mom did do what she had to do, like trying to get me to where I need to be. And I'm just like, "Mom, I don't know." But she's like, "What do you mean you don't have any goals? Like, you are doing great, you know." And I was focused on things that I want to do. She knew what I wanted to do because I talked to my mom every day. Like, she knew what I wanted to do. So she's like, "What do you mean you don't have goals? You just told me all of this stuff the other day," you know. But her and my boyfriend at the time, they really played a huge part in like dealing with me with that, because those are the two people that I talk to every day. Like, I mean, I talk to my friends, you know, and some of my family, but those are two people that I talk to every day around the time. So it was just like, I'll call my boyfriend at the time, be like, "I'm just crying." He'll be like, "Any tears today?" I'll be like, no. Probably be lying to him saying no. But then it's like I stopped doing stuff that I love to do, you know. But I was gonna say, back to me saying my mom was an event decorator at that party. Well, the party that we were decorating, I remember the exact thing, everything. After that, we went to Po Folks. It's a restaurant. I don't know if you guys know. Some of you may know, some of you may not, because I mean, it's YouTube worldwide. Just never know who's gonna click on the video. But yeah, we went there, had some lunch while we were waiting for like the festivity to be over, so that way we can go pick up the stuff. But I'm just, that whole time that I'm sitting at the table, I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, I'm thinking of a way out, and that's so scary to think. And it's so scary right now to say that I was thinking of a way out. Like, as I'm sitting here, my friends and my mom is right here. They don't even know. They're just laughing. They did know that I noticed that I was crying, but I had to stop crying around that time. I was able to get myself to stop crying. But it was a lot to deal with. I didn't think, I don't know what that is. Sorry. I didn't, it was a lot. And I just, at that time, it was, everything was so cloudy. I took that birth control for 2 weeks, y'all. I called my my primary, and she told me to call the pharmacy, you know, because I'm like, I need to get this stuff out of my system, you know. And I called them. I called the pharmacist, called the pharmacy or whatever, and they were telling me, you know, it'll take 2 weeks to get out of my system. 2 weeks went by. I was worse. I was worse. I remember my friends, my friend and my cousin, they came over. They got me some flowers and some strawberries, and then my cousin cooked us dinner. I really do appreciate that now that I look back, because I was so out of it. Like, I was able to understand what's going on, but in a way that was kind of like my beginning stages. So I was kind of okay around that time. I was still crying every day, but that was around my beginning stages. But eventually it got so bad to where you wouldn't have, if you would have seen me in the streets, you probably wouldn't have recognized me. That's how bad it was, you know. And I probably would have tried to hide from you, because I didn't want anyone to see me like that. But my friends, they did do what they had to do. I do appreciate them. You know, they kept checking on me, and I didn't really know like how the day was gonna go. Like, am I gonna be okay today? Am I not? You know, because some days I would not cry, but then it got to the point where I'm at work crying every single day. So I had to tell somebody, well, no, Somebody seen me crying at my, when I tell y'all the devil is out to get me again, I'm recording and the thing just stopped. Still going. But what I was saying was, someone saw me crying at my desk. I don't remember if it was my supervisor or someone else, but I had to go into a room with another supervisor, and basically I was shaking my leg, and I didn't even realize, and I was tapping the desk. I did not realize that I was doing all of that while I was at my desk, is what I'm saying, like while I was crying. So they were asking me that I want to go home, but I knew, like I said, at the time I was living with myself. I have my own apartment, I have a car, I have to pay my bills, but it's like, that's what I'm thinking of. And I knew something was wrong, but I didn't think it was that extreme to the point where I can't work, because I was not trying to not work. Like, I want to work, you know, but it was getting so bad to the point that I couldn't work at all. And they asked me if someone can come pick me up. Like, they wouldn't even let me drive home or anything, which I appreciate them for that, because you're not supposed to drive when you're, you know, in distress. Just, you don't drive like that, because it just causes unnecessary issues. But they told me, basically the lady was saying, one of the supervisors, she was like, you're having a panic attack. And I'm like, no, I didn't know. I never had a panic attack before, so I didn't know, but she noticed that I was. So it was just a lot going on. And then once, that was like very first time I noticed that, I kept having panic attacks, you know, after, but it wasn't like every day. It wasn't an everyday thing. So I do appreciate that, because I really don't like panic attacks. I already told you guys that in the first video. But it was just hard, but they wouldn't let me drive home. So my brother came to get me, and and then he took me home, and my mom was there. She didn't leave because she was doing her own thing here. So my brother came. But when I got home, when I got to my mom's house, I went in her room, and she was just crying. Mind you, my mama don't cry. And she was like, she just hugged me and was like, we gonna get through this. And that made me feel good. I'm crying too, because I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, you know. All I know is I took this birth control, and now my life is out of control, and I didn't know what to do. I'm just like, I don't know, but I knew the thoughts that I was going on in my head. I didn't even tell these people what's going on in my head. They didn't even know that I was planning to do something, because it had got that bad to the point where like I said, I did not want to be here anymore. I remember just crying. That's all I remember around that time. It's just tears. And then I had we had a trip planned, a family trip planned. My family was going to Mexico and the Cayman Islands. We were going on a cruise. And I remember writing my cousin, we were talking on Snapchat or something. She's like, she can't wait for the cruise or something like that. And I'm like, to be honest, I didn't think that I was going to make it there. And thinking about that, that's not a good feeling at all, you know. But I do remember, like, the beginning stages, I recorded a video on my phone. I'm about to look for it. Well, I'm gonna put it, hold on. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Right now, I'm battling a fight that I don't even know if I'll be able to win. It gets hard. I had plenty nights, so I just cried. I cried for 3 hours straight today. 3 hours straight. And it breaks my heart, because I was at a point in my life where I barely cried. And now I feel like I'm crying every day. Every day. And it's scary. It is so scary, because I've never seen my life like this. Never. Never imagined that I would be here. I keep asking God, why am I here? Please just let me find my purpose, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. But I never really watched that video, because it makes me emotional. To be honest, I know why I recorded this video. Like I said, I was a little out of it. but I recorded this video. I recorded a video in case I did something to myself and somebody found my phone, you know, because I couldn't really tell people what was going on. I'm sorry, I wasn't even supposed to cry. But every time I try to watch that video, I was just supposed to insert the clip, you know, so you guys can watch it, but I just decided to watch it. But that's the point of me posting, recording that video in my phone was because I had 2 plans that I was gonna do. I'm not gonna say them, but I was plotting and nobody really knew that. But I recorded that video, so just in case anybody would find my phone and they would know why, like a little bit of why I did what I did. I mean, everybody knew I was going through stuff, but nobody thought that it was that bad, you know. And it was really difficult going through that. I remember just being a zombie. Like, I wasn't eating. I was not eating, y'all. I was barely drinking. Like, I'm just there. I would be at home in the dark. Like, that's just me. I would just come home, be in the dark. Then eventually, like I said, I had to go into the office. So they didn't let me come back to work. I had to fill out FMLA paperwork. I ended up taking time off of work. I was on medical leave. And so now I'm home. But then my mom ended up coming to stay with me. But then she eventually had me come stay here, well, at her house. Woo. Sorry. But she ended up having me come to stay at her house and everything. And it was just hard. Like, every day, I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this, you know. I didn't know how I was going to get out because I'm like, what is going on? This is not me. This is not my life. Nobody knows what's going on. They keep trying to ask me. Like, my family and my friends are like, are you okay? That one question right there is going to make me cry. I don't like people ask me if I'm okay, because when I'm not okay, I'm going to start crying if you ask me that. But I'm glad that I'm still here to tell my story, because I didn't think I was gonna make it. But that's what I was saying. I told my cousin that I did not think that I was gonna make it. As far as the trip, it was like maybe September, October. We're talking on Snapchat. And the trip was in December. I did not think I was making it to December. I'm like, there's no way. I know I can't deal with this for all of those days. Like, I have weeks to go, you know. And I told her, but she ended up telling my mom. Now my mom is crying again, you know, and they knew like something is wrong. I think that's when I ended up going to my mom's house, because, yeah, it was bad. But I also remember my cousin, she was telling me that she was going to take me on a surprise trip. My cousin Kadi. Well, she didn't tell me it's going to be surprise. She just said she had a surprise for me. I like surprises, but I don't at the same time. So, yeah, because I want to know what's going on. But I'm like, I'm not going in public. She was like, I'm like, how do I have to dress? Like, and at the time, my hair was not done. I wasn't getting anything done. I'm looking crazy. And she's like, just put on something, you know. But we ended up going on a cruise, a dinner cruise, which that was really nice. Thank you, Kitty, again. But we went on a dinner cruise, and that day, again, my friends, it was me, her, my friend, me, my cousin, and my friend Shamika. So we were on a dinner cruise, and they were just laughing and stuff. They're like, well, you seem like you're okay, you know, like you're getting better, you know. And I'm just like, yeah, it was worse. I'm sitting there like, they just thinking I'm okay. And I said, I'm just looking at the water, and I'm like, they don't even realize that I'm not even about to be here anymore. And every time I think about that too, I'm just like, it was really that bad, you know. You don't want to think that stuff about yourself. You don't want to go through anything like that. But like I said, this is well over the 2 weeks that they claim it was supposed to be out of my system. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. I didn't know what to do, but I knew that I basically turned into a zombie. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't do the things that I love. Like, I would love to go play pool. So, like I said, my boyfriend at the time, he kept trying to get me to do things that I would like to do or try to get me to eat. Like, that didn't work. We would always go play pool. I didn't want to do that anymore. Sometimes we would like play just like little games at the house. I didn't want to do that anymore. And I felt so bad because, you know, we were all together and I was just like, I'm not able to be there for anyone, and that's not me, like, because I'm normally there for everybody. But I think that was also God's way of trying to show me, like, you can't always be there for everybody. Sometimes you have to be there for yourself as well. And I thank God for going through the situation. I also thank God for everybody that played a part in helping me get back to myself, because it was not easy. My sister, Shaniqua, she was sending me, you know, motivational quotes, motivational videos. You know, it's certain people that are reaching out to me because some people didn't know. And the video that I watched, well, I'm gonna upload the clip. You probably just watched it, sorry. I was on my way to my friend Shatari's birthday dinner before I recorded that. And at her birthday dinner, people can tell that I was not myself. And I'm just like, I was trying so hard, you know, because like, I didn't want to miss her birthday dinner, because that's not me. Like, if you invite me to something and I can come, 9 times out of 10, I'm coming. If you're there for me, because some people, I start going to their stuff because it's like, they want people to support them, but then it's not reciprocated. But, I didn't want to not be there, so I still went, but I was just trying to hide it. But it was so hard to hide. And then somebody there is again asking me, am I okay? Now I'm crying. But it was really difficult around that time too. I remember it was, sorry, I'm still low-key crying a little bit. I'm trying to like not cry, but I remember I would just remember waking up and going to sleep. And sometimes I didn't even sleep. It was a point in time where I was up for like 3 days, like 3 whole days. And that's what I mean, zombie. I was just up. And I started to think. I had like really crazy dreams. And I felt bad. I thought I was, y'all. There was a point in time where I was super paranoid when I was depressed. I was super paranoid. I remember going to around the time was my anniversary, so I went to dinner. Never forget this. My boyfriend at the time, he took me to dinner, and then I kept looking out the window, and he's just like, what you looking at? Like, why do you keep looking out the window? You know, and I'm like, oh, nothing. I'm trying to make sure nobody's coming to get me, because at the time I thought that I was going to jail. Like, and just to lighten the mood, I thought I was going to jail because I did not go to jury duty. But at the time, it was a lot of stuff going on in my head. Like, I was just like, no. I actually packed a suitcase because I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I felt like I was trapped in my own house, like, or my apartment. I'm like, I have to get out of here. And I remember one time my best friend Lauren, she stayed at my house with me. She was actually about to leave, but then she seen how I was just not good. She seen how I was not good at all. And she was like, I'm not leaving you here. And I told her, I'm like, no, it's okay, you can go. But I kept looking out the window again, and she was like, who are you looking for? You know, that's when I started to pack a bag. I'm like, I have to get out of here. Is somebody coming to get me? I thought it was somebody coming to get me, and I also thought I was going to jail, because in my dream, I remember I had a dream, and I ended up harming one of my family members, and I'm like, I can't let that happen. You know, it was like my dreams were really, really crazy. So I felt like it was just too much. I don't even know. I can't even explain the whole dream part, because it was a lot of crazy stuff going on in my dreams. But Lauren was there that night, and she's like, no, I'm not leaving. But I'm like, you can go, because I wanted to be by myself. I didn't have any plans to do anything that night, but I wanted to be by myself. You know, I'm like, you could just go. But she's like, no, I'm not leaving. But she kept asking me, what am I looking for? And I'm like, I was looking out the window. I'm like, they coming. And she was like, who is coming? I'm like, they are coming. Like, they're coming. I'm packing a whole suitcase. Right? Really, I had a suitcase. It was barely anything in it, to be honest, y'all. Barely anything in it. But I was really out of it. And it was not anything, nothing was triggered. Well, I'm going to say the birth control is what took me through that, because I've never felt like that before, until the birth control. So that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, I have to get this stuff out of my system. I'm like, they said 2 weeks, it's not working. It's just not working at all. Difficult. That's all I can think. Like, I don't wish this on my worst enemy at all. And I'm thinking like, okay, I came out of depression, my first time coming out of depression. I'm like, I'm gonna be good, never going back. But I will tell you guys in further videos the other times I went through depression as well. But right now, I just want to say, just help people. Help your people. If you notice that something is wrong, help them, or try to just be there for them. Don't always think that it's something going wrong or they don't like you or this and that, And I have to say that for myself too, because there are times where I just be like, oh, well. But now that I've been through this whole stage and like my whole life took a turn, a whole 180, like, it's not a 360 because I'll be back in the same spot. It took a 180. I'm a totally different person. And like I said, if you were to see me, you would notice. But just check on your people, y'all, for real. This story gets a little deeper. I don't know if I'm going to stop it right here. There's going to be a part 2. It's a secret. It's not really a secret. I'm going to say a secret because I didn't put it out to the media when I basically made a Facebook post. And this is how I started with this whole thing. I made a Facebook post saying that I basically said what I went through. I'm sorry. And it was crazy because at the time, my boyfriend at the time, he's really secretive. So I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you think I should post this? I write notes in my phone all the time. Like, in my phone is so many just notes. I just write everything. Like, I just type everything. I'm sorry. So I just typed this and I read it. I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. But this is at the time I didn't let anybody know what was going on with me. And he said, so I asked him, I'm like, do you think I should post this? And he said, yeah. I was actually shocked because like I said, he's really secretive. So I'm like, okay, I might. I was like, let me sleep on it. Because he was like, you could help somebody, which is true. And I thank God that he did tell me that, to do it. I mean, I had asked other people's opinions as well. But I'm glad that the people that I did ask, they were for me coming out on my story. I could have sat on this and not said anything about it. And people could just... I've helped many people. Let me just say that. I've helped many people being that I came out with it. It was people older than me, asking me, like inboxing me. It was people younger than me, people my age, and I just felt great that I can help somebody. No, it was not easy to go through, but I was still able to get through it. Everybody's going to have their own, ways to get through certain situations, but I was just glad that I could help someone. And it was not easy at all, but I thank God that I went through that situation. I'm glad I went through it. But there's a part that I don't really tell people that I did not put in my post. I am going to put that in the next video. I thank you so much for watching, this far. If you have made it this far, I'm going to post a part 2 because this is kind of getting long. Well, it's already long. But I'm going to post a part 2 because it gets a little deeper as far as what I was going through. So we're gonna go to that. I'll post that. But I'm going to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you for supporting me. If you are depressed, if you feel like you are so down to where you just feel like you're never getting up again, please don't hesitate to inbox me. I don't care. Email me. I'll put my phone number in the description box. I'll put my phone number in there. It's a business phone. I will put my phone number in there. You can text me, whatever, because a lot of times I'm up. But I'm just putting this out there because I know how hard it is to get through it. So many people can say, what are you so sad about? What are you this and that? But until you've actually been there, you would not understand. And even if you've been there, what you've been through may not be, as powerful. Well, I shouldn't say as powerful. What you went through is probably less than what somebody else went through when they are in your same spot. You just never know. But don't assume just don't assume anything. Don't judge. Just try not to judge, even though it's human nature to judge. I try my best not to anymore because I went through a lot that I never would have expected to go through. But I'm gonna stop talking here. I will be posting a part 2. Like I said, it gets a little deeper. I want to go down my whole timeline of everything because, it does not stop. Like I just told you guys in the last video, my reintroduction, I was depressed again, So I'm going to go through all of that, but I'm starting at 2018 because that's the very first time that I went through depression. Never experienced it before. I don't want to experience it ever again. Lord, please. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment because I want to hear what you guys have to say. Like, I don't know. Well, I know what content I'm going to put out because I have a lot of videos to follow. But then after that, I don't know which way I want to take this channel. So just give me feedback. Like, hey, should I just keep it on a mental health tip? Or do you want to actually, get to know more about me and my life? I'll be willing to do that to a certain extent. I won't put out all of my business. I can't do that. But I'm willing to help people. I thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, once again, the support, I appreciate it 100%. I am not ungrateful when it comes to anybody supporting me because you don't have to. That's the thing about it. But I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, night. I don't know what time you'll be watching this video, but I just hope everything is great for you. And if you need me, I am always here. I promise you that I will be here. Sometimes, honestly, if I go through a season of depression, I'm really not there for my people. And I do apologize to the people that I was not there for. But I already apologized to them. I have to be there for myself, and I can't pour from an empty cup, But for the most part, as long as I'm okay, I am willing to help you. And I don't care who you are. We can be strangers. One day we could be friends, the next day, you just never know. But just don't hesitate. And if you don't feel comfortable, reach out to me. Reach out to a family member. Reach out to somebody that you trust, or call a hotline. Like, just speak to someone and tell them what's going on because no one is going to know. Nobody can read minds. So just stay strong. If you are going through something, keep pushing and promise you it's going to get greater later. And my favorite quote, don't give up 5 minutes before the blessing. Thank you so much for watching, and Queen is out for now.